Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your morning flash update for this Thursday. And we are now at the 9th of December, 2021, about 8:20 a.m. Central Time. So as we look, red day in the stock market. I don't think it's to be unexpected. We had some jobless numbers. I'll go through them in a moment with you. Suffice to say, the headline number looks low, but there's a seasonal adjustment. Thanksgiving week, it's not quite what it appears to be. When you look at the metals, a little bit of a follow through to the downside here as well. Now, silver got down to 21.84. The question is, can it hold this break or not? I'm beginning to question gold. If gold doesn't stay down today and were to close higher, I think you're getting the indication that the downside might be ending in that market and it's ready to try the upside. Energy markets backing off a little bit today. You have the all-important grain report today. So at about, I think it's 11 o'clock or so, we're going to get the supply demand report. The market has built in a pretty bearish number and discounted it. Will there be any follow through if it gets it? And God forbid you get a friendly number. Can you imagine that? So as you look at the rest of the marketplace, the question is the news. And as I said, you had 184,000 decline now in the number. So the market was expecting a decline of only 11,000 to 211, but when you put out and take out the seasonal adjustment, it's closer to a 300,000 number, and then you have to adjust that. That's why the market's not getting the reaction off the report. Wholesale inventories come out this morning at 9 o'clock. Energy analysts are looking for the normal, about a 53 billion cubic foot decline in gas stocks, but remember how warm it is. I was just watching Al Roker on TV, and he's pointing out the records that are being made. Texas, Kansas, how it's shifting through the country, and these are record warmth. I know Chicago, we're talking 60 degrees in the next 4 or 5 days here. I mean, winter will come. But each day that goes by, you're not using as much of that energy. And when you're not using as much, you're building the supply back to normal. And that's why you have fallen so much in natural gas. Germany's Fed Stats Office said that they reported a seasonally adjusted October exports. This was a big number, up 4.1% after falling in August and September. Here's something I like. New Zealand is biting the bullet. They're saying that starting in 2027, no cigarettes can be sold to youths, 14 years and younger. They're going to wipe out all smoking. You know, what they've done is they realize that if you keep selling them, regardless of the price and the taxes, they find their way to the youths. Now just stop it altogether. They're a step away from barring it in the country eventually. China's Evergrand Group, default. So now it's formally a defaulter for the first time. Now, sounds terrible, is it? Because the big boys from BlackRock and so on are involved in this, do you really let them get burned as bad as it sounds? If so, will they direct funds to reinvest in China, which China wants? So, having been around this a very long time, my guess is the pros are probably buying some of this defaulted debt, looking for a pop out of it eventually. I could be very wrong, but that's my guess. Look at how you just popped back into silver. I can't get my eye off of that. Up off the lows, nearly 30 cents. That's a heck of a little pop that just happened in that market. Want to remind you that one of the things that I like to do, if I can get to it, there we go, is help traders that are in the futures markets, because, you know, the simple fact of life is, I realize everybody wants to trade self-directed. The simple fact is not everybody's equipped to do it. Number two, you go to some firms, they just have automatic blowouts. In other words, your account goes X percent under the initial margin or maintenance margin. What happens? No phone call. You're just out of the market. You didn't have the funds in there. If that's what you want, fine. We try to operate different. We come from my school of thought. You try to reach people, you try to work with them. What can we do? How do we tailor a program for you? Market information. You don't have to just go on the internet and go to Reddit to find what you're doing. There's better ways often to do that. You pay for what you need, and that's what life is about and everything. You can go to any doctor, but you want to go to a really good one, you got to do it a little bit different, right? Well, brokerage, in my opinion, is the same thing. So if you're looking for something and you're saying, you know, I think I can do better, I think they can help me with that, give us a call, 866-973-2077. What do you have to lose, a phone call? It's toll free. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a great day. I'll talk to you this afternoon.